Traditional publishing or independent publishing? Writers ask themselves as they consider publication. They spend a lot of energy evaluating which is the best choice for them, and justly so. Before going more deeply into this topic, I want to welcome you to the Better Memoir Writing Masterclass channel. I am Denis Ledoux, author of the classic granddaddy of memoir writing books, Turning Memories into Memoirs, and I am the founder of the Memoir Network. Today's topic is an exploration of traditional versus independent publication. Wouldn't it be great to know which choice is best for you? I have read that of 10 books published by large publishers, 2 will make money, 2 will break even, and 6 will lose money for the publisher. After a few months, it's understandable that publishers will simply terminate the relationship with the 8 books that are not earning their keep. We tend to think of ourselves as being part of the 2 that will make money for the publisher, but that is probably not the case. The publishing reality is it is not likely your memoir will win favor at a traditional publisher. Alas, that just seems to be too true. And if it does, your traditional publisher is likely to be a book packager who will design your book to look like what the publishing house wants it to look like, and folks there will do a minimum of marketing. Traditional publishers will then expect you to do the hard work of marketing and selling. I have a couple of examples of this which I will share with you later on. So the 8 writers who are dropped from large publishers, have they wasted years of their lives writing? Well, in some ways, I guess you could say yes, unless they can get rights back to promote their books themselves. It's fair for those people whose books are among the 8 that do not earn their way to ask why would they be successful at marketing when the traditional publishers were not able to. The answer lies in the saying that no one will wipe your baby's tush with as much love and attention as you will. The same is true of your book. No one will care as much about the future of your memoir as you do. You will not give up on it. You will continue to hustle it. No one will keep promoting your book over time with as much focus and as well as you will. I have a friend who went with a traditional, albeit a small, publisher. Her publisher does a bit of marketing at the outset, perhaps the first 6 months, and then the publisher quits on her. Subsequently, she buys copies of her books, which she then resells. She has taken on the task of self-publishing. This sort of hybrid might work for you also. It seems to work for her, well, to an extent. Just remember that it was the publisher who chose the layout of her book cover and its inside. It wasn't her. I love being able to make those decisions on my own if I am going to do the marketing myself. She told me that she felt she had designed a better cover for her second book than the publisher had. The publisher did not want to use her cover. This second book has done, well, not so well, and she feels the cover was part of the problem. That is, the cover of the publisher. Another friend went also with a small traditional publisher and has had 2 books without any publisher sales or significant publisher sales. The only books that sell at this moment are the ones that he markets himself. Again, he buys the books at an author discount and then resells them. In short, he is subsidizing the publisher who makes a profit on books that my friend buys from them at his author discount. While people dream of being published by a large publisher in, let's say, New York, This is, for the most part, merely a fantasy. For most writers, traditional publication is a sinkhole. Working with a large publisher, let's say Penguin Random House, will certainly give you a shot at the big time. Stephen King and James Patterson, for instance, would not have had the careers that they have had they not gone with big publishers. But unless you are writing horror stories, adventure tales, or romances, you probably do not have much of a future as a best-selling writer. Even less so are we to be bestsellers as writers of memoir about personal struggles. So unless your book has something about it that you feel with some credibility will speak to a large audience, a mass audience because, well, perhaps you had an affair with Donald Trump and have written a tell-all book, then your memoir, even if accepted by a large publisher, will likely languish. It is likely to be one of the 8 books that do not earn a profit for the publisher, whether large or small. Because your memoir, however well written, is probably not a mass audience book and would do better to be pitched to its natural audience, which you probably know better than any publisher does, self-publication is a best option. Well, it is for most people viewing this. For me, the attraction of self-publication lies in several areas. I know intimately the audiences that my book or books are written for, as you also probably do know your own audiences. I can be responsible for the entire look of the book, the inside and the outside. I control the branding that this leads to. Working with a book packager, such as the Memoir Network, you will control the look of your book. I am the one who sets up production schedules for myself. I'm never in a situation where I have to alter my schedule to meet the publishers. You too can move up or move back on your schedule as suits your needs. Since I am doing all the promotion, I am in charge of ramping it up or toning it down. Promotion allows me to use the book to develop a career or a platform. These goals are very important. I keep all the income from the book. For me, this has been a big reason to self-publish. With print-on-demand printing, it is not possible for an author such as yourself to order a print of 10, 50, or 100 books from the printer and resell these at your events. There is no longer any need for a self-published writer to order 1,000 or 2,000 books necessary to get a good price per book for the printing. And if you do this, you probably will have them stored beneath your bed. Not a good situation. Print on demand has eliminated that need for a huge financial layout, which was once the biggest obstacle to self-publication. By the way, Kindle Direct Printing, let me emphasize, is a printer and not a publisher. I hear people saying their book was published on KDP. That was not the case. It's the author of a KDP book, you, who is its publisher. KDP is merely its printer. Traditional or independent, I do not know the answer for you. Only you can judge what feels best. But I can tell you I do not feel that self-publishing is a fearful experience, one fraught with disaster. If you make a decision to go with self-publication, I hope you will check in with the Memoir Network. I would love to be your editing and book packaging desk. We produce books whose look is competitive with those of the big publishers. If you would like to explore receiving help with your memoir on any aspect of memoir writing or publishing, we offer a 30-minute complimentary get-to-know-you coaching consultation. The link to a free session is in the description below. Before you go, please hit the subscribe button at the bottom left of this video and click on the bell next to it. Subscribing assures this memoir writing content will appear on your YouTube homepage and recommendations bar. Check the description below also for a link to this week's free video e-course. And remember, inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, it's hard. Good luck writing your stories.